Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you see in the thumbnail, this is part 4 of What If Naruto Was the Devil Storm Emperor. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also go and support the author, link in description. Naruto slurped her ramen as the sound of Narumi sipping her drink through a straw echoed throughout the room. Naruhaya was reading an ancient-looking book while Naruna wolfed down her lunch. From what Naruto said, that stray exorcist was able to wield strong powers of light. Narumi noted, taking a break from her drink. Then, it's not just devils who become strays? Naruna asked. According to this, there are many who get expelled from the church and end up serving under a fallen angel. So, does that mean our dear guest Asia is one of those stray exorcists? Naruhaya wondered as he flipped a page. Considering what nearly happened to her, no. Besides, she just arrived in this country, and I sensed a pure and gentle soul within her. She's far from twisted to be a stray exorcist. Naruto deadpanned. Wait a tick. Why the hell are we talking about Asia of all people being a stray exorcist? The real question is why she was suddenly assigned to that church? With the fallen angels flying around lately, the timings of her arrival is no coincidence. Plus, Naruto heard that asshole mention before he tried to rape her that the fallen angel woman told him not to hurt her. Narumi exclaimed. Plus, he has a regenerator, which is also known as an illegal artificial sacred gear. And this book says that it can only be obtained by a. Naruhaya's eyes widened at what she read and suddenly looked green in the face, before running into the private bathroom in the office. You know, I don't even want to know what you just read. Naruto said dryly as the sounds of puking could be heard from the bathroom. So, you think Narui will find Asia-chan? He better. Asia's an idiot for leaving the protection of the mansion after what nearly happened to her. There could be those priests you encountered running around town for all we know. Narumi replied, returning to her drink, as Naruto nodded. Then, Naruna gave a loud, comedic belch, making the others' sweat drop. Unai-chan will find her. Naruna said simply, and then we can continue to protect her from the fallen angels. Naruto and Narumi just looked at her before giggling as Naruhaya came out of the bathroom, dizzy-eyed. Neighborhood streets. Naruto was walking down the street, sniffing the air. He was looking for Asia, who suddenly had the brightest idea of leaving the mansion for some crazy reason right under Satsuki and Sakia's noses. Right now he was closing in on her possible location. Is it so hard to watch someone these days? And why the hell did she leave anyway? It's not like we were gonna keep her there forever. Damn it. Satsuki-chan and Sakia-chan are so getting it tonight, and so is Asia. Naruto suddenly heard a loud rumbling that sounded like a stomach growling. He turned to see a nearby playground where a young woman was swinging on the swing set with an embarrassed look on her face. Shaking his head, Naruto strided over to Asia. Opening theme, Trip Innocent of D by Larval Stage Planning. Uzumaki Mansion, Basement, Interrogation Room. Geez, are you two blondes done or what? Look Taewia-san, if you want some results, you can't keep asking me and my sister, every 2 seconds, are you done yet? Are you done yet? I'll tell you when we're finished, so pipe down a notch. Ino snapped, nearly losing her concentration as she and Nia continued to swim around Raineray's memories, trying to remove the block. Why don't you join Tenten-san and Kin-san in watching the church? You know, get some fresh air. Nia suggested. I would, but remember, I'm fucking protection detail, just in case our guest here decides to go batshit crazy. You two aren't very much fighters, you know. Taewia said, take you for example Ino. For your current so-called ultimate move, you launch the poor son of a bitch up into the air, then you jump and spin around like a ballerina, and then kick the poor bastard. Well, excuse me for being bad at taijutsu. Ino snapped, a tick mark appearing on her head. What about you? All you're good at is support, staying back to it others with those phantom leech thingies. At least I've been working on my taijutsu on my breaks in the danger room. You two should, oh I don't fucking know, join me sometime. Taewia suggested innocently. Yeah, I think we will. Nia nodded, elbowing her twin to keep her from retorting. Ino grumbled as she and her sister closed their eyes to concentrate, as Taewia started to play a low tune on her flute. Downtown, McDonald's, yes, that Mickey D's lol. Something about your food you don't like, Asia-chan? Naruto asked, after watching Asia stare at her food consisting of a burger and some fries for about 5 minutes. Are there any forks and knives around? She asked timidly. Nope. Here's now you eat them, sister. Naruto said, picking up his burger and eating it. See? I never would have guessed they could be eaten like that. Asia asked, looking amazed, Shugoi. Then I better wash my hands. Naruto's sweat dropped when Asia took out a bottle of holy water. While Naruto is of course immune to holy water, he thought that her washing her hands with it to eat some McDonald's food was a little bit extreme and over the top. If you want to clean your hands, there's something humans invented called disinfectant wipes that kills germs. Here he said, handing her a pack of wipes, which she accepted and used them to wipe every inch of her hands. Very clean. Naruto noted, with more sweat drops to appear on his head when she held her shining hands up with a proud look on her face. Asia then put her hands together. Now then, I should pray before the meal. Lord, after 30 seconds of praying done, time to eat. Was she praying to Kami-sama, or the biblical god the angels answered to? I have no idea, Karami-chan, and I don't care. Naruto answered the foxy nine-tailed yin vixen in his mindscape as Asia took a bite of her burger. It's delicious, she exclaimed as she took another bite. I never had anything like this before. I guess you never got out that much at your previous church. By the way, why did you leave the mansion? After what happened last night, you were much safer there. Well. I thought I was free to leave at any time, so I decided to take a stroll around town. When I was resting at the playground, you came along, so. Naruto face-palmed, remembering that Naruhei told Asia to stay in the mansion until they got back from school, and as for her answer, Naruto was not buying it. Asia had looked away when answering his question, but looked back at him with a smile. It was obvious that something was going on, and she was hiding something. Asia-chan, what's really going on? Don't tell me you were planning on heading back to that church dash. Naruto-san, what's that place? Asia suddenly asked, pointing to the place called the game station across the street. That's an arcade center and you didn't answer my sigh. Naruto scratched the back of his head. Looks like he won't be getting an answer from the innocent nun anytime soon. Do you wanna go check it out? Hi. There's more to life than being faithful to your biblical god. Naruto told her as he started to pack their food into a bag. Come on. Uzumaki Mansion, basement, interrogation room. What the hell did you dumb blondies do this time? Taewia shrieked with her hands clamped down on her ears. Ino and Nia finally managed to destroy the last block on Raineray's true memories, getting rid of the false memories in the process. Before they could investigate them further, Raineray's mindscape suddenly started to rain a heavy downpour, a sign of overwhelming sadness and regret. It was so strong that it started to flood the mindscape, forcing Ino and Nia to retreat back to the real world to find Taewia flat on her rear end covering her ears and Raineray breaking down, loudly crying up a storm while apologizing profusely. We destroyed the last block on her mind. That's all. It also caused her false memories to be destroyed as well. Whatever she remembered, it caused her mindscape to flood. Ino explained loudly and quickly. Which means? Taewia shouted with several tick marks appearing on her head. We're seeing her real feelings. If she was faking it, it wouldn't have rained in her mindscape, causing it to flood. Nia stated calmly. If's that the case, then she'll have no problem spilling her fucking guts out. Taewia said, going up to Raineray, grabbing a fistful of her hair, and forced her head up, revealing her tear-strained face. Now you fallen bitch, you're going to tell us what we want to know, or else dash. I'll do it. What? Ino and Nia mouths dropped. Taewia's eyebrow twitched. Pardon. I'll tell everything I know. Why the fallen angels are in this town and targeting sacred gear users. Raineray whispered, scared out of her mind. Don't you mean yourself as well? Ino asked in an annoyed tone. But I never wanted to become a fallen angel. Raineray cried as she started bawling again. Ino, Nia, and Taewei looked at each other and then gaped at her. Hi. Local park, late afternoon. Did you have fun today? Hi. I've never had so much fun in my life, Naruto-san. Ha, now I know you're exaggerating. Naruto and Asia were walking through the park, on their way back to the Uzumaki mansion. They spent the last couple of hours downtown in the arcade center playing video games, trying out different outfits, in Asia's case, and taking pictures inside a photo booth. All in all, it ended up as a date Naruto did not plan on having, but no matter. Then again, who cares? Naruto thought, smiling at Asia, who had a stuffed animal named Rachu in her arms. So, what's your story, Asia-chan? How'd you came to possess the power you have? It's a long story. Asia said, looking away. Naruto shrugged, I've got nothing but time. You know part of my story thanks to that insane exorcist, so what's yours? Well, my parents abandoned me right after I was born. I was told I had been found crying in front of a small European town's church, and I grew up in the orphanage there. When I was 8, a wounded dog, close to death, wandered into the church. By myself, I prayed as hard as I could. That's when a miracle occurred. After the church found out about my power, the church treated me as a saint and I was worshipped. Soon afterward, I was taken to a big church where I was ordered to heal illnesses and wounds of Christians, and many were indeed cured because of this. The rumors started to spread everywhere, so people kept coming to the church seeking aid. The church guarded me heavily and treated me well. I was so happy that my power could help people, and was very grateful to the Almighty God who blessed me with this power that could help others. My heart was filled with appreciation. But since I was called a saint, normal people would look at me differently, and I started to feel lonely. I'm guessing that your days as a saint didn't last very long. Hi. One day, I encountered a man collapsed on the floor, heavily injured, and I used my power to save him. But the man I came across was, let me guess, a devil. Hi. Naruto guessed, grimacing as Asia nodded. Hi. An exorcist was hunting him, and after I healed him, he killed the exorcist and fled. I committed a serious sin for helping a devil. The people who called me a saint and worshipped me had branded me a heretic because I had the power to heal even devils. Before I knew it, I was expelled by the church. So your healing powers work indiscriminately. I see. So, that's why you had nowhere to go and got picked up by fallen angels. Naruto's face then warped into scowl. The stupidity of humans never ceases to amaze me. Sometime they can be just as bad as a chaotic demon like Mundus. Guess they didn't like it that the same power that can heal them can also heal their enemy. But, I never stopped praying to God, and expressing my gratitude. Not to mention I never knew the terrible things they were doing. Asia-chan. The Lord must be testing me. If I can overcome this ordeal, I believe that He'll will make my dream come true someday. And that dream is? Naruto asked as tears started fall from Asia's eyes. To make friends I never have been able to make, but this time I'll make lots of friends. Together we'll buy flowers and books, chat normally, and everything. To be friends with, to be able to. Well, you already made that dream come, Asia-chan. Asia looked Naruto, who was grinning. You already made a friend when you came here, and that friend is yours truly, right in front of you. And in the process, you became friends with my sisters and my maids back home as they've gotten to know you. And if you enroll in Kua Academy, you're guaranteed to make even more friends. Really, Naruto-san? I mean, won't that cause trouble? Why are we still talking about this? So what if I'm a being of light and darkness and in between? So what if you're a nun? We're friends. We chatted and just had fun together, after all. That's all that matters. Naruto-san, thank you. Asia cried, hugging Naruto close. Anything for my precious friend. Naruto said, smiling. Then, Naruto's cell went off, making Asia jump back and blush when she realized how close she was to Naruto. Yet, Naruto-kun. Where are you? Have you find Asia? Ino yelled through the other line. Pipe down. Yeah, I found her. We're on our way back to the mansion. What's wrong? You've got to get her back here ASAP. We know why biz here and what the biz and angels are AF biz. Ino-chan? Ino-chan. Naruto looked at his cell, what the fuck? No signal. Naruto-san? What's going on? Asia asked nervously as Naruto grabbed her wrist. We gotta go. Hold on, he said, putting her on his back piggyback style and started to run. He only got a few yards until... Oof. Naruto crashed into something, causing him and Asia to sail back and crash onto the ground. Naruto-san. Are you okay? Asia cried. I'm fine. Naruto said as he kicked up, holding his nose and went over to the place where he ran into something and felt around. It's an invisible wall. Just great. Naruto-san. Naruto looked toward his shoulder to see Cosmos materializing and pointing behind him. Naruto turned to find 3 different colored light spear heading his way. Naruto quickly pulled out Blue Rose and shot the 3 light spears down. Oh yeah, this is really great. Naruto said sarcastically as he produced his favorite cross-hand seal, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Shadow Clone Jutsu. 4 shadow clones appeared around Naruto with their Rinnegan activated, awaiting their original's instructions. The 3 for you guard Asia-chan, and you get to breaking down the barrier with whatever weapon you can think of. 3 of the clones then surrounded Asia, each with a copy of Red Queen equipped, while the other clone equipped Beowulf and proceeded to pound the barrier, as the original equipped Rebellion and Ebony and Ivory. Well, if it isn't the 3 Stooges. Naruto said, spotting the 3 fallen angels he encountered a few days ago floating in the sky, Done Zeke, Kala Warner, and Middled, I won't waste my breath. BGM, Crazy Shadow from Persona 4 the animation. Naruto grabbed Ebony and Ivory and opened fire on the fallen angels, who scattered away and flew higher into the air, but it did not stop Naruto as he increased the rate of fire. Cosmos. Scan the area. Something's off here. Naruto shouted since it looked like the fallen angels were retreating. Roger. Running scan. Cosmos closed her eyes and focused on her sensors as Naruto swore and summoned the rocket launcher Kalina-an. Eat this. Hysteric. Naruto fired off scattering homing rocket at the 3 fallen angels, who flew around to avoid them. Naruto-san. Above you. Cosmos cried, pointing upwards, causing Naruto to look up to see an oversized blood-red light spear speeding towards him. Crap. Naruto rolled out of the way as the light spear suddenly exploded where Naruto was. What the hell? There's a 4th one, but they disappeared after they fired that light spear. I'm trying to locate them, look out. Son of a bitch. Naruto yelled as the other 3 fallen angels rained light spear after light spear at Naruto, forcing him to put away Kalina-an and take out Rebellion. I've had enough. Isan Getchuga. A huge crescent-shaped wave cancelled out the light spears, giving Naruto time for his next move. Getchuga, Tensho. Naruto roared, sending a huge wave in shape of a crescent moon like this last attack. This time, it continued on towards the fallen angel, who were not fast enough to completely avoid the blast, and damaged their wings, causing them to drop like flies into the nearly fountain. Take that, whoa! Naruto ducked as another blood-red light spear nearly hit him, but several more followed right behind it. Naruto destroyed them with a swing of Rebellion, and clicked his tongue, letting the sound bounce off the trees. Found yet? Naruto found the mystery attacker lurking behind a tree and used round trip towards them. The tree was cut on half, but the mystery attacker managed to escape, allowing Asia to recognize her. Naruto-san, that's Dash. Naruto re-equipped Kalina-an and fired a rocket at the attack, but the attack flew through the air and landed on the water of the fountain. BGM fade out. BGM, dark tuning from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS. What the hell? Who the hell are you? Naruto demanded while shocked at her appearance. The attacker looked similar to Rainare, but with a slightly regal, mature look, longer hair, bigger breasts, 4 wings, and a real twisted and unsettling aura. Ha! A squalid hybrid like you shouldn't address me so frivolously, the new female fallen angel said with a shrill giggle. If you're going to stand to my way, I'll finish what my dear little sister started, and annihilate you completely. Sister. Naruto repeated, hey, Asia-chan. Do you know who this chick is? Hi. She's Rainella, the older sister of the fallen angel who disappeared. And I'm under their protection. Asia replied and was frightened at Rainella's appearance. Well, this is just perfect. I can sense that she's more powerful than her sister Rainare. In that case, Jiao Chaku, Sacred Gear. Naruto shouted, his Sacred Gear gauntlet materializing on his left arm. Rainella blinked twice before roaring with laughter, are you serious? You cannot be serious. Ah. What's so funny? Naruto snarled, glaring at the new female fallen angel. After seeing what you have, how could I not laugh? She replied, looks like we have nothing to fear since it's just a twice critical. We were completely off the mark. Twice critical. Naruto repeated, there's no way my awesome looking gauntlet has a name that sounds like something as childish as that. I mean, come on. Rainella ignored him, also known as Dragon's Hand, it's an ordinary item that doubles your power temporarily. Double my power? Oi, Drake. Please tell me she's joking. Sorry Abo, but she isn't. If that's truth, why the hell didn't you tell me? I could have used that information earlier. All Naruto received was some whistling from his dragon partner, followed by a girlish cry of pain. Baka! Arwen shrieked as she proceeded to pound her fellow dragon in the ground inside her master's mindscape, causing Naruto to grumble as he cut off the connection just in time to hear Rainella speaking. Don't fuck with that kid or his family. Plus, it's possible that he has a potentially dangerous sacred gear. That's what my little sister heard, so she decided to go rogue and attempt to eliminate you under the guise of Yuma-chan. Did you know, she chose that name because she was gonna kill you and that pervert at dusk. Really cool, right? Naruto's eyebrow twitched in annoyance as she continued her tirade. I love you. Please go out with me. Remember. Are you done, lady? Naruto asked, holding up his sacred gear revealed as twice critical, if so. It doesn't matter what your blood contains. You won't stand a chance against me with that. Just hand over little Asia and walk away. Rainella demanded, showing her fangs and an evil smile. Well, here's my answer, bitch. Naruto retorted, throwing up 2 middle fingers in response. Naruto-san. Asia cried, worried for the blonde. Don't worry about me. Just stay near my clones. I don't like making promises like a naive knucklehead, but I promise that I will protect you to the very end. Naruto told her with a wink. Asia gasped, a feeling of happiness and attraction rushing through her at the blonde's declaration. Hey bitch! If you're right about my sacred gear that it doubles my power, then you're the one who's screwed. Come on, twice critical. If you're going to double my power, then don't fail me now. Sacred gear, twice critical, activate. In response, the jewel on the twice critical shined brightly with glyphs appeared on the gauntlet as it announced, boost. Whoa! Naruto held his gauntlet steady as a rush of energy flowed through his body. What power! I'm gonna have to train harder to handle this rush of energy, but this'll do for now. Naruto then used his gauntlet to deflect a blood-red light spear that Rainella threw at him, and charged at her, channeling chakra in his feet to run across the water. Rainella quickly drew another light spear to block Naruto's enhanced punch. Get it now! Twice nothing to still nothing. Rainella shouted as she forced Naruto's fist off her weapon, but Naruto used the momentum to kick her away, but she landed back on her feet. I'm being nice here. Just let Asia return with me and walk away. Her twilight healing is an extremely rare sacred gear, unlike what you have. As I suspected, you and your friends just want her for her power. Well, forget it. You underestimate me. I admit that you're not like those 3 one-trick ponies. Naruto said, pointing at the other 3 fallen angels who were still down, so, why don't you, entertain me more? Insolent whelp. Rainella snarled as she materialized a light spear that bigger than the usual. I was going to spare your life on a whim, but I changed my mind. She suddenly disappeared, then reappeared above Naruto and threw her new oversized light spear. Cosmos' sensors then sent haywire, Naruto-san. The energy is that light spear's more concentrated than the rest. If it connects. Naruto quickly used a Kawarimi no Jutsu, substitution jutsu, to escape, leaving a log to suffer the explosion. The light spear brought to where Naruto was standing as the blonde landed in the trees, as he now felt an unwelcome sensation. Shit, he cursed, holding his head as a rush of memories entered his head, showing them getting pierced with light spears from the other three fallen angels while they were focused on her creator's clash with Rainella. Wait a minute. Naruto looked over to where the prone bodies of Done Zeke, Kala Warner, and Middlet are. Hi, they're still there. What the? Naruto activate his Rinnegan, showing that the bodies of the fallen angels were made of pure light. Crap. Naruto-san. Naruto looked to see Asia in the arms of Kala Warner, with the other fallen angels showing triumphant smiles on their faces. Damn it, he yelled, leaping off the tree branch and into the air while activating his Devil Bringer, reaching out for Asia. You might as well give up, because we've already won. Rainella shouted as she fired another oversized light spear at Naruto, but he used it as a springboard to gain more height. However, oof! Naruto slammed face first into an invisible barrier. You've got to be kidding me! He groaned weakly as he fell into the water below. Naruto-san, no! Asia cried as she struggled, but Rainella slapped her, causing Asia to case her struggling as Rainella grabbed Asia by her chin. Don't worry about him. After tonight's ritual, you'll be free from all hesitation and suffering. With that, the fallen angels disappeared with their prize, with Naruto recovering and slapping the water in frustration. BGM fade out. Kyoa Academy, an hour later. There you there. Where have you been, and why are you all soaking wet? Naruto demanded as she and her sisters watched their only brother stagger back onto the school grounds with the Ratcha plush toy in hand. Found Asia, went on an outing with her, got her this Ratcha toy, was cut off with a call from Ino, ran into an invisible wall, ambushed by fallen angels on the way back, met Raineray's sister, learned more about my sacred gear, clashed with Raineray's sister, the other fallen angels sneaked in and got Asia, ran into another invisible wall, landed in the nearby fountain, Asia was taken, the end. Naruto replied in one breath sarcastically, any questions? Wow! Sucks to be you, little brother. Naruhei noted, but with no amusement or malice. Yeah, I know. As for that call from Ino-chan, it sounds like they managed to get Raineray to spill her guts, so before we go to the town's church to rescue Asia-chan, we'll head back to the mansion to plan our attack. Naruto said and spat out some water. That sounds like a plan. And while we're on our way back, you can tell us how the hell those fallen angels managed to swipe Asia-chan right from under your nose. Naruto deadpanned, poking her twin on the head, I think the many levels on your limiter's screwing with your senses. Naruto just grumbled, no comment. Yeah, well you're gonna have to shred a few levels if we were going to raid the church. No doubt there's gonna be loads of priests, along with that stray exorcist, and dare I say it, those fallen angels. I know you enjoy fighting sometimes and want them to last, but now's not the time to screw around anymore. Naruto told him sternly. I know. Naruto sighed, waving his hand. It's all right. We'll get Asia-chan back. Naruna assured him and the others. Not to mention that we'll finally put an end to those annoying fallen angels for good. Seriously, this time it's killed or be killed, and show them why the Uzumaki Namikaze siblings should be feared, Datebakan. Narumi declared, pumping her fist up. Yeah, we'll reduce them to ashes next time we see them, database. Naruna exclaimed excitedly. That sounds like a plan. Naruto agreed. Don't forget guys, we have to rescue Asia-chan, Databana. Naruto shrieked. Right, the others grumbled as started their trek back to their mansion. If they've stayed long enough near the school entrance, they would have saw manies of crimson red hair and black hair both whip out of sight around a corner. Uzumaki Mansion, early evening. Alright Teiwa, what did you and the twins learn from our dear guest? Naruhei asked as she and her young siblings followed Teiwa down to the basement. I think it's best that you question her yourselves. With all the crying and apologies and revelations, I've had enough fucking melodrama for one day, and I'm going to sleep after this. Teiwa replied dryly. Melodrama? What are you talking about? Naruto asked as they got to the door of the mansion's interrogation room. You find out soon enough Naruto. Apparently there's more to Rainare than meets the eye. Though I have to warn you Naruto, she may be a bit clingy, and you'll need a new t-shirt before you raid the church. Teiwaya explained before opening the door. Clingy? Is there something I should know? Naruto asked as they stepped in. Teiwaya grimaced, that her feelings are genuine. Genuine? Narumi and Naruna parroted, how? About her wanting to kill me when she gets loose. Naruto guessed, or dash. Naruto-kun. Naruto and his sister looked around to the wall where Rainare is sitting, looking up at Naruto, her face strained with tears. Rainare. Naruto growled, but before he could say another word, Rainare leapt up and tackled him to the floor with a hug. Hey! Naruto shrieked, summoning her heavenly sword to skewer the fallen angel, but stopped when she heard the sound of crying coming from Rainare. Naruto-kun. I'm so sorry. I never meant to do what I did. That wasn't me. Rainare sobbed, holding a dumbfounded Naruto tightly, please forgive me. Naruto didn't know how to handle this. At first he thought it was a trick, but Teiwaya was right. Her feelings really were genuine, and all he could do was stroke her hair and back to calm her down. Meanwhile, Naruhei rounded on Teiwaya, who was sweating. Explain, Dadabano, she shrieked, pointing at the scene before her. It's a long fucking story. Teiwaya squeaked, getting as far away from Naruhei as possible. Just give us the short version. Naruto said quickly, and you better explain yourself as well, Rainare. Rainare sniffed and nodded, I'll tell you everything. The next 15 minutes consisted of loud gasps, extreme swearing, and death threats. Meanwhile, at the church that was to be raided, everything in it except Asia sneezed and shivered. Church, nighttime, Operation Rescue Asia. I'm pissed off. Naruto growled as he and his sisters eyed the church where Asia is being held from the roof of a house right around from it. Trust me Unai-chan, we know, and you're not the only one. Narumi growled back. No, I take that back, I'm really pissed off. Naruto reiterated, pound his fist in his hand, when I see Rainella again, I'm gonna drop that bitch before I proceed to tear her sorry ass to pieces so bad that death will be a mercy. Screw that. She's not gonna live to see the end of this night. Naruto agreed, sharpening her heavenly sword, her fucking life is forfeit. Easy my little brother and sisters. Naruhei chided them, our time will come, but first we must secure Asia. That right. We have to stay focused on the mission. Naruna added, which means first we rescue Asia, then after we rescued her, then we gotta save her. Naruna, both those objectives are the same thing. Narumi deadpanned. Really? Naruna asked with a cute, confused look. Of course. Narumi said. Oh my god, who the hell cares? Naruto snapped, we go in, get Asia, raise hell, kill those fallen angels, and leave. Simple. Naruto nodded, then what are we waiting for? Let's go save Asia-chan. Besides, I have a fallen bitch's ass to whip. All 5 Uzumaki Namikaze siblings, clad in dark clothing, then jumped off the roof of the house and sneaked their way across the street to the dark and foreboding church. A/N, Naruto is wearing the black version of Dante's Devil May Cry anime outfit, Naruto is wearing a black version of Carrie's Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, Narumi is wearing the black version of Ayana's Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 outfit, Naruhei is wearing a black version of Milia Maxwell's Tales of Xillia outfit, and Naruna is wearing a black version of Yuna's Final Fantasy X2 outfit. Hold on. Naruhei whispered, pointing to the side of the church, I hear something over there. All 5 activated their eagle eyes to find a surprising scene, 5 devils in combat against several priests who the siblings thought were guarding the front entrance. Isn't that the occult research club? What are they doing here? Did they hear about what happened? Naruna wondered, her mind thinking of different possibilities. If so, then they've helped us out by leading the cannon fodder priests away. Remind me to thank Rias-chan. Shall we? Naruto said as they moved on. Putting their assassin skills to use, they silently strided through the trees, reaching the front doors to the church, where Naruto kicked them wide open. No one's here. Naruna noted, surveying the empty chapel. The fallen angels have definitely taken this place. Narumi added, pointing at a sliced-off cross in the front of the room as well as the demolished statues, and someone's here. Show yourself. A figure stepped out from behind a ruined pillar, an individual Naruto knows all too well. Hey! 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 We meet again, shitty Twilight One. I'm getting sentimental, and I see you bought friends too. Oh, it's you. Freed. Naruto growled, baring his fangs. So, this is Freed? I'm not impressed. Naruto said with distaste. You're not alone on that front. Naruhei added with equal distaste. I never thought I'd meet the same devil twice. You know, I'm super strong, so once I meet one of your kind, he get this treatment. Freed said with a throat-cut gesture. You do know that I'm more than a devil, right? And so are my sisters here. Naruto snarled. Sorry, bud, but despite what in your blood, if there's devil's blood within it, then you're classified as a devil in my book. That's why I'm pissed. Freed retorted as he took out his gun and light sword, about you devil trash hurting my pride and ruining my policy. The girls made loud retching noise as Freed licked his gun as he finished his sentence. Enough babbling, you filth. Where's Asia-chan? Naruto demanded. Oh, the slut who fell for that devil? She's at the underground ritual site. You can reach through the hidden staircase in that altar. Naruna frowned, you're pretty straightforward. Why not, since you all are going to die anyway? Freed declared, pointing his gun at the siblings. Keh, like hell. Jiao Chaku, sacred gear, twice critical. Naruto yelled, summoning his red gauntlet, let's do this. No. You and Naruto go on ahead. Me, Narumi, and Naruna can take care of this. Naruhei told him while equipping the overture gunblade, with Narumi equipping blood scythe sword scythe, and Naruna equipped her favorite weapon, the armor reborn, Muchoran magical staff. Naruhei opened fire while Naruna fired off several missiles on Freed, who started dodging like a madman. Oni-chan. Oni-chan. Go. Suden, Tajuyusu Iriuadon, water style, multiple water dragon bullets. Narumi cried, firing off water dragon after water dragon at Freed as well. No fair. Freed as he ran around, dodging the bullets, missiles, and water dragon aimed towards him. It's what you deserve. Let's go, Naruto. Okay, Naruto and I. The twins dashed to the altar where they found the secret underground entrance and entered it, running down the stairs. I can smell Asia-chan. And her as well. Naruto growled out. Let's hurry. Naruto said. They finally reached the bottom and smashed their way through the reinforced door. Welcome, descendants of Sparta. The bottom of the ritual room was packed with priests, in the way of the pyramid structure where an unconscious Asia is, chained to a cross. And right next to her is Rainella, with a twisted smile. Asia-chan. Naruto shouted before looking at the fallen angel, she looks just like Rainare. Naruto, is that Dash? Yeah, it's Rainella. Rainare's sister. Naruto confirmed, making Naruto growl demonically. So, you're that fucking, twisted bitch, huh? She snarled. I may be a twisted bitch, but that doesn't mean I have feelings, you know. However, I prefer that you don't say my name so casually from your unworthy lips. Rainella said in a teasing tone with a mock-hurt look on her face as Asia opened her eyes, hearing Naruto and Naruto's voices. Naruto-san? Naruto-san? Hold on, Asia-chan. We'll get you out of here in about a minute, geez. Naruto and Naruto jumped back as Rainella threw an explosive light spear at them. Sorry to ruin the dramatic reunion, but the ritual's almost over. Say what? This early? It's not even midnight. Naruto shouted, panicking. Plans change. Rainella said in a sing-song voice. Damn it. Naruto shouted as he and Naruto charged forward, barreling their way through the priests, but there were too many, as green lightning surrounded Asia's form, causing her to cry out in pain. Out of my way! Naruto roared, snapping as he summoned Monatu with a malevolent blood-red aura surrounding it and proceeding to slice through the priests, steel-on-bone style, Ninja Gaiden 3 razor-edge steel-on-bone system, with Naruto following his lead with her heavenly sword. Too late. Rainella laughed as a green light containing rings came out of Asia as the light died from her eyes. Your twilight healing, the power that I've been craving for so many years, is finally in my grasp. With this power, I can conquer even love. Absolute power. No. Naruto screamed as Rainella put the sacred gear inside her body while moaning in ecstasy. Damn you! Naruto roared in rage. He and Naruto entered Devil Trigger Grade 1 and flew through multiple hand seals. Oh my, what wrong? Rainella asked playfully, as the twins hit the final seal. Could you be angry? Kaijitan, Kurobaka Supeiku no Jutsu, Shadow Style, Black Graveyard Spike Jutsu, the twins roared, slamming their hands to the ground, spreading their shadow on the floor. Instantly, the whole floor was covered in black spikes where the shadows were, each about 10 feet long and 3 feet thick. The only places that had no spikes were the walls and the pyramid structure where Rainella and Asia are. Of course, the spikes didn't do anything to Naruto and Naruto. They passed through the twins like mist. But most of the priests were not so lucky, as the spike pierced them in their vital areas, instantly killing them. The Uzumaki Namikaze siblings don't enjoy killing humans, but in some of the professions they trained in, i.e. ninja, it's part of the job description, and unfortunately for the priests, they were getting way too annoying and should have ran when they had the chance. As soon as Naruto and Naruto's rage skyrocketed to dangerous levels at being unable to save Asia's life. "Thiri monsters," cried one of the priests who managed to survive along with some of the others. My, what brutality! I thought you don't kill worthless humans. No matter, because with this, I can now become the supreme fallen angel. Rainella declared as glowed with a green aura, I can now make those who made fun of me eat their words. They're the least of your problems. Naruto snarled as she and Naruto made a beeline for the female fallen angel. Stop them, shouted a priest as they charged towards the twins, don't let them near Rainella-sama. Your funeral! Naruto shouted as he summoned Yamato to use Dimension Slash, dashing around the crowd of priests, cutting them up. Crescent Rose. Naruto summoned her oversized gun scythe in scythe mode and loaded in the cross-shot ammo to also dash around, dual-wielding it with her heavenly sword to cut up the rest of the priests into ribbons as Naruto sheathed Yamato, causing the ones he cut to fall into bloody pieces. It's just you and us now. Naruto said as Naruto shot Crescent Rose to the ground to propel herself from the ground and to Rainella. Aiming for her neck, Naruto took a swing with her heavenly sword, but the fallen angels used her speed to escape and reappeared near the entrance to the room as Naruto ran up to the altar and went to unchain Asia from the cross. When the chains wouldn't give, Naruto used Yamato to cut the chain to pieces, causing Asia to fall into his arms. She's not dead, Naruto said, surprised as he checked her pulse. Really? Naruto asked as her brother gently shook Asia. Asia-chan? Asia-chan. MMM. Asia eyes slowly opened, finding a familiar face, Naruto-san. Yeah, and it's not just me. Naruto's here too, as well as Narumi, Naruhei, and Naruna. We're here for you, so just hang in here, okay? Naruto told her, with Asia nodding weakly. Rainella laughed cruelly, isn't that sweet? You can have her since I'm done with her. Besides, those who have their sacred gear taken, die. Why you? Give her sacred gear back, ya bitch! Naruto shouted at her, pointing her weapon at the fallen angel. And why should I do that? Do you realize how much planning was put into this endeavor? I even lied to my superiors, even my foolish leader Sama, to carry out this plan ahead of schedule. Rainella confessed as she took to the air, materializing her oversized light spear, and unfortunately, you guys are witnesses to that, so I'll destroy you all now, and leave no traces of proof. But don't worry, dying together with her isn't so bad, isn't it dash? Fuck you. There was a loud bang, and the oversized light spear suddenly exploded in Rainella's hand, sending her crashing to the floor. What the hell, she snarled as she used Asia's sacred gear to heal herself. Playtime is officially over for you, Rainella-san. The Shinigami calls for your head. Naruto said, firing several more shots from Blue Rose. I told you to don't say my name so casually, you shitty brat. You're defiling it. Rainella snarled, speeding toward Naruto was a new light spear in hand, dodging the shots from Blue Rose, but her eyes widened as a rocket came at her, forcing her to dodge. She looked to see Naruto, with Kalina Ann in hand. "Eat this, bitch!" Naruto yelled, firing another rocket at Rainella, who was about to dodge again, but the rocket exploded into a foul, white-smelling smoke with zero visibility, making her gag and cough violently. "Time to go!" Naruto yelled as she and Naruto, who was carrying Asia, ran for the staircase, leaving Rainella suffering in the foul odor. Meanwhile upstairs, Freed was thrown through several benches thanks to multiple punches from Naruhei, Narumi, and Naruna's Devil Bringers. During his fight with the girls, his regenerator was working overtime. He could barely get a hit on them, and they've also destroyed his light sword as well. Ugh, this is gonna get real bad if this continues. Time to retreat. He hopped back up and jumped on the altar. "Hold it, asshole!" Narumi shouted, attaching a chakra chain to the hilt of blood scythe and threw it at the exorcist. "I don't want to be killed by you bitches. So farewell, and next time, I'll be the one who'll kill you all, as well as your brother." Freed threw a flashbang in the air, blinding the girls. Then they got their sights back. He was gone. "He's gone. Damn it." Naruhei kicked a broken bench into the wall in anger. "We almost had him." "Oni-chan, he doesn't matter now. Asia-chan does." Naruna reminded her, just as Naruto and Naruko appeared from the hidden stairs, with Asia in Naruto's arms. "Asia-chan. She's still alive," Naruto said, laying Asia down on an unborn bench, "but in critical condition. We need to get her twilight healing back." "Even if we get it back," Naruna started in a tone of uncertainty, but hit in the head by Narumi. "Don't say it. We'll find a way. And where's that fucking fallen bitch?" "She's still downstairs, and the only way up here is through there," Naruko said, pointing towards the hidden staircase. "I'll try to keep Asia-chan alive. Deal with Rainella when she gets up here." Healing Jutsu. Naruko's hands turned green when she placed her hands over Asia's chest. "Hey, where's Freed?" Naruto asked. Naruhei shook her head. "He managed to get away, and I don't think we saw the last of him." "And Naruto-san, Mina, everyone. Asia-chan." Naruto went over to his fellow blonde and held her hands. "Save your strength. We'll get you out of here soon. Just hang in there. Once this is all over, we'll get you into our school, and hell, you can live with us." Naruko added brightly, trying to be positive. "It wasn't for long, but I'm so happy I was able to make friends." Asia whispered. "Don't say things like that, Asia-chan." Naruna cried with tears threatening to fall from her eyes. "We're getting you out of here alive. Then we can all go to karaoke bars, amusement parks, bowling alleys, and get lots and lots of racho-kuns, and have a huge party too." Database. Narumi nodded in agreement. "You have yet to meet our mother, as well as the rest of our friends who are your friends now, so don't give up." Asia smiled. "If I had been born here and had gone to school with you all, it would have been wonderful. You are coming back with us. I did promise that I'd protect you after all," Naruto said as droplets fell on his and her hands. "You're crying," Asia said, putting a hand on Naruto's face, but he gently glided it away. "It's only the rain," he muttered, looking away slightly. "We're indoors, baka," Naruko whispered as tears of her own started to fall from her eyes when she felt Asia's heart rate starting to decrease. "It's all right. I couldn't ask for more," Asia said as she started to cry herself, while never losing her smile. "Thank you." "No. No 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 no." Naruko cried in horror as she tried to add more power to her healing jutsu, but Asia Argento's hand slipped from Naruto's grasp as she passed away peacefully. "No. Asia-chan, don't die." Narumi cried as Naruko's jutsu deactivated. "Asia-chan. Asia-chan. Please wake up." Naruna cried, shaking her, but it was no use, causing her to cry loudly. "You were a kind girl that'd cure anyone who was injured, even devils." Naruhei whispered, kneeling down on one knee. "This is part where I chant Requiem scat in pace, but I won't. We're not giving up on you that easily. You don't deserve this fate." "You're right. Naruto said as he hugged Asia's body close, "We're not letting you resign to your death that easily. If your god won't save you because of your sin, then we will. We'll drag your soul back from the afterlife if we have to. If I was still a worthless human, I'd pay money to see that." The sibling looked up to see fallen angel Rainella, casually sitting on an unbroken bench, spraying that looks like perfume on herself. "Huh? Isn't that?" Narumi said, pointing at Rainella. "Yeah, Rainella." Naruto growled as Naruto set Asia back down on the bench and set a barrier around her body. Naruhei blinked as she stood up. "So this is Rainella? Is her boobs compensating for something?" Rainella laughed. "Cheap jokes won't get you anywhere, especially since you'll be following after that now useless nun." Battle theme, Plastic Knight 2 from BlazBlue, Chrono Phantasma. Now that's funny, considering how we all plan on making this church you love oh so much your grave, so enjoy twilight healing while you can. Naruto snarled, "Let's go girls." Right. When Naruhei, Narumi, and Naruna all entered their Devil Trigger Grade 1 states, they joined Naruto and Naruko in flooding the church with their power. "So, this is the power of the Descendant and his sisters," Rainella muttered, as she took out 2 blood-red light swords and activated them. "Beautiful. Twilight Celestial, thank you very much, but irrelevant at this point, because you're dead already, bitch. You just don't know it yet," Naruto said as he equipped Monadu, while Naruko readied Heavenly Sword and Crescent Rose. Narumi readied her blood scythe and the black and green chain weapon Geminis Aguium, Ouroboros. Naruhei readied Atro's gunblade, and Naruna prepared her much Orin for action. "Ha, you can be as powerful as you want, but I have Twilight Healing, a sacred gear that can heal everything. It's a wonderful ability for us fallen angels since we no longer have divine protection." Rainella explained as she put her hands together in a mock prayer, "This firmly secures my status as a fallen angel. I'm finally powerful enough to be on equal footing with the great Azazel-sama and Shemhazai-sama. Too bad that dream won't become a reality." Naruto pointed her sword at her. "Attack! Get over here!" Narumi threw Ouroboros at Rainella, who deflected the snake-head part of the weapon as Naruhei rushed forward, gun blazing. Rainella blocked the shots, but the blades started to crack. "What?" Rainella was shocked that her special-designed and reinforced light swords cracked after blocking a few shots from Naruhei's gunblade, but she didn't have time to dwell on it, as Naruhei clashed her blade, now covered in a malevolent blood-red aura, with Rainella's light swords. "Is that a shocked look I see on your face, Rainella?" Naruhei taunted as she pushed Rainella back, who took to the air, only to meet Naruna midair, riding a heart-shaped carpet. Rainella tried to use her speed to get out of the way, but Naruna went past her and pointed her bellstaff at her, materializing several brightly colored missiles. Eek! Rantan, Ricewari Udan, Storm Style, Lightning Water Dragon Bullet. As Naruna fired her missiles, Narumi summoned a large, powerful dragon made of water with electricity bouncing off it and sent it towards Rainella. "Ha! Child's play!" Rainella laughed as she was about move, but wasn't able to. "What?" Noticing Narumi's smirk, she looked down at her ankle where she saw a black and green chain wrapped around it. "Damn it," she swore as the missiles connected with Rainella, knocking her into the lightning water dragon that closed its mouth around her and proceeded to electrocute while trying to drown her in the process. Naruko, when charged forward, leapt high in the air, and sliced through the jutsu along with Rainella, cutting her across her stomach. "Is that your best?" Rainella laughed as she healed herself with Twilight Healing. When she tried to reactivate her light sword, however. "Hi! Futon, Raisin Shuriken!" Rainella got out of the way just in time as Naruto's wind-style Raisin Shuriken literally went out the window, but flew into a waiting Naruhei. "Scene Drive, Army of One!" Naruhei called out as she slashed, kicked, and shot Rainella up before axe-kicking her to the ground, where she is snagged by Narumi's Ouroboros. "Come on over and play," Narumi said in a sing-song voice as she pulled Rainella for a barrage of slashes with her blood scythe in scythe mode before knocking her way with several green serpents. "Feels good, don't it?" As Rainella skidded across the ground, Naruko and Naruna, transforming her bellstaff into a 16-ton hammer, attacked from above, crashing into the fallen angel, hitting her with the scythe and hammer at the same time before jumping away, as Naruto used the spectral arm of his devil bringer to punch Rainella into the altar. Battle music fade out. How's that? Naruna asked, turning her hammer back to her usual bellstaff. Not good enough. As long as I have twilight healing, no matter how much damage you do to me, I can just heal it. Rainella retorted as she started the process while pointing at Asia. Why are trying so hard for her stake? Because she's an innocent girl who never discriminated between fallen angels and devils. And more importantly, she's our friend. Naruna answered. Boring and stalling us isn't going to get you anywhere. Naruto countered. I'm serious here. You all are fighting a lost cause. What happened is the destiny of the chosen ones, those endowed with a sacred gear. Don't you all understand? She would have never lived a peaceful life. Sacred gears are too much for a human to handle. No matter how powerful they are, unusual powers are bound to be feared and their wielders shunned. That's simply the way it is. That's just how humans are. Even with such a wonderful power that might benefit them, like this. Rainella explained, her injuries now halfway healed. Battle theme, Devils Never Cry. Timenenigru dive version from Devil May Cry 3 as played in Dead Fantasy 3's Tifa vs Hitomi fight. Are you done? Naruto asked, scratching out her ears. What? Don't you care? Rainella asked, slightly surprised. I thought she was your friend. We do care, but you're preaching to the choir. Humans with special gifts are always gonna be shunned by those who fear what they don't understand. It's just the kind of world we live in. Naruhei said, shrugging. Our dad's distant cousin Dante said this, demons. Superhumans. Same crap, different day. But Naruto's left arm glowed red. If you're using that as your excuse of liberating Asia-chan of her sacred gear, then we have nothing else to talk about. Jiao Chaku, twice critical. Dragon Boost, the twice critical gauntlet announced as it appeared on Naruto's left arm, the new phrase surprising everyone. Hi, it never did that before. Girls, stand back, and wait for my signal to finish her. Naruto ordered as he adjusted his twice critical boost. Rainella laughed, are you really going to go over this again? Like I said, twice nothing is still nothing. You really do like hearing yourself talk, do you? Boost. Naruto rushed forward with a haymaker, but punched the altar instead as Rainella flew up and fired off 2 light spears at him. Naruto smirked as he deflected him with his gauntlet and leaped off the altar at her to attack again, but she summoned a light spear to take the blow, flying back as the light spear shattered from the force of Naruto's blow. But Naruto was not done as he landed a devastating kick on Rainella, sending her into a wall. Boost. You're wasting your time. I have twilight healing. I can heal any level of damage, so give up. You're going to lose. Rainella yelled as she summoned her oversized light spear and threw it at Naruto. Why don't you give up trying to make me give up, because I'm really too pissed off to give a fuck. Explosion. Naruto reared back his gauntlet and punched the light spear, using his power to deflect it right back at Rainella. As this happened, Naruto's twice critical evolved, now covering Naruto's fingers with metal claws and gaining more spikes with a sleek design on his gauntlet. Whoa! Naruto looked at his sacred gear in surprise, and loving the new design. What? Rainella managed to avoid her own light spear at the last second, but is shocked at new form Naruto's gauntlet took. That sacred gear is just a twice critical. How? Who knows, but this is the twice critical that'll punch your ticket straight to hell. No. Rainella threw a light spear at Naruto, but he effortlessly deflected with a devilish grin on his face. Rainella then screamed in fear and flew past Naruto to escape. She was almost to the door when she suddenly felt something on her ankle, and looking to see a spectral arm gripping it. Like I'll let you escape, so get the fuck back here, bitch. Naruto shouted, yanking his devil bringer arm back, dragging Rainella back toward him as he jumped forward, his new gauntlet cocked back. Say your prayers. Don't touch me. I'm the Supreme Dash. Fuck you. Shin, Ryu, Ken. Naruto shouted, catching Rainella with a multi-hitting flaming corkscrew uppercut, making her scream in pain as she hit the glass ceiling, breaking it, as Naruto appeared right above her and punched her back to the ground with his upgraded twice critical. Now! Naruto called out to his sisters, who were in the air with a black chakra rod in hand. They then landed on Rainella, stabbing her and pinning her wings to the ground, avoiding her vitals but making her screaming out in pain more while throwing up blood. Battle theme fade out. Naruto, game. Narumi, set. Naruhei, match. Naruto, ball game. But you didn't get to stun her, through. Naruna pointed out. Must have forgot. Ah well. She got lucky, but now that I think about it, she didn't deserve the honor. Guys, we have company. Naruhei spoke up, pointing at some newcomers who just flew in. Ranella-sama. Well, if it isn't the rest of the fallen freaks of despair, the Three Stooges. Donazeek, Kala Warner, and Middlet. Honesty, I almost forgot about you guys. This time, we're gonna put you out of our miseries once and for all. Naruto stated while eerily cracking his knuckles. Heh, we'd love to see you try. Donazeek said as he and his fellow fallen angels materialized their light spear. What are you waiting for? Rainella shouted, get them. With pleasure. Middlet shouted, speeding towards Naruhei in an attempt to get rid of at least one of the siblings, but when she was right in front of her, she suddenly stopped, jerking forward. Feeling extreme pain in her pain, Middlet looked down to find the hand of Naruhei's devil bringer in her chest. Whwa! Wow! I never would have guessed that fallen angels like you had a heart. With a nonchalant tug, Naruhei pulled her hand out of Middlet's heart, clutching Middlet's heart that was still connected to her by her heartstrings. Time to die, you chibi fallen angel. Taking a deep breath, she blew onto Middlet's heart, her now icy breath turning the slowly thumping heart into ice, with the ice now traveling along her heartstring, and finally into her body. And no. Middlet whispered as her body became encased frozen in ice. Middlet. Donazeek and Kala Warner cried as Naruhei crushed their comrade's frozen heart in pieces. Shieni, die! Naruhei whispered, uppercutting the frozen fallen angel with the devil bringer's spectral arm, shattering her into tiny fragments. Shuji, next! You bastard! Kala Warner screamed, charging at Naruhei, failed to notice Naruto's smirk as his eyes morphed into a blue Sharingan with slits surrounded by 3 tomo. You should be happy. A certain friend requested me not to kill you, and share her fate. Kamui. A swirling vortex appeared in front of a shocked Kala Warner, sucking her into it and sending her into Naruto's mindscape in the castle ruins sector, where Kiyomi, Kurami, and Arwen were waiting. You got her. Yet. Kiyomi confirmed, she's tied up in your chakra chains, and is now threatening us as expected. Want us to give her the royal treatment? Kurami asked while grinning mincingly at their new prey. Please do. I'll put her under Tsukuyomi later. Naruto replied, cutting for the connection as he saw Donazeek shaking in fear after seeing the loss of his 2 comrades, and then there were 2. Grr, you will not have me. Donazeker yelled, turning to fly away, forgive me, Ranella-sama. Coward. Rainella screeched as started to fly away, but... Arg! Bolts of blood-red light suddenly disintegrated him, his feathers now falling to the ground, much to the surprise of Naruto and his sisters, and to the shock of Rainella. Whoa! What the hell was that? Narumi asked, that was awesome. That was Baku's power of destruction. Everyone in the church turned to look at the entrance where 5 devils walked in, Rias Gremory with her hands sparking with red energy, Himejima Akeno wearing priestess robes, Kiba Yumi answering Narumi's question, Tujao Konako and their newest member, the pervert Hyudu Issei wielding a sacred gear similar to what the first form of Naruto's twice critical looked like. Rias-chan. Naruna whispered. I'm going to hazard a guess that you somehow eavesdropped on our conversation back at school and helped us out by busying those priests outside busy. Naruhei guessed while putting a hand on her hip. Guilty as charged, Naruhei-san. Akeno and I were looking for you when we came upon your plan of rescuing your friends and finally defeating the fallen angels who plagued you. Rias confessed with an air of confidence. We were only planning to watch you all in action, but those nosy priests had better senses than we thought, and tried to do their jobs, so we led them away to make things easier for you. Akeno chipped in. That and give Hyudo-kun here gain more experience. Yumi added. You did have to tell them that, Hime-sama, Issei complained, but was elbowed in the ribs by Konako, hard. Can it, pervert? Konako remarked as Issei held his ribs in pain. In any case, you have our thanks. We owe you one, Rias-chan. Naruto said as he and his sisters backed out of their Devil Trigger Grade 1 awakening. Rias nodded, then turned her attention to the pinned-down fallen angel, who was now looking terrified, since her plan was falling apart with the deaths of her allies and the appearance of the Occult Research Club. You must be the fallen angel Rainella. Rias greeted with courteously, my name is Rias Gremory, heiress apparent of the Gremory family. Nice to meet you, though it won't be for long, since all of your forces outside have been blasted away and neutralized. Blasted away? Did she kill them? Narumi asked with a raised eyebrow. They were being a nuisance, talking about how their fallen angel leader was all-powerful and gloating how her sister killed Naruto-senpai. Konako said, annoyed. The president is known as the crimson-haired ruin princess and the princess of destruction. She's the daughter of the household possessing the power of destruction. Even among the young devils, she was known as a genius. Yumi explained with Naruhaya looking impressed. Shugoi! I didn't know I was serving such a master. Issei exclaimed excitedly. With dangerous-sounding titles like those, no wonder they were blasted away, like Donazeek just now. Naruto grinned. Though they made such a mess after they were exterminated. Akeno giggled, looking around, speaking of, the church is in pieces. Is this all right? Who cares, the Uzumaki siblings thought. Damn you, Gremory heiress! Rainella screamed, trying to get loose from predicament, you think you've defeated me, but dash. After Rainare and Donazeek attacked Naruto-kun and Kala Warner attacked Issei, I figured there were fallen angels in this town, and I knew you were scheming something. We wouldn't have interfered if you hadn't caused us trouble, but apparently, your actions drew the ire of our school's Special Investigation and Disciplinary Committee. Special Investigation and Disciplinary Committee. Rainella repeated, confused. That would be the five of us, me, Naruko, Narumi, Naruhai, and Naruna. Naruto said, gesturing to himself and his sisters with his upgraded twice critical, while we are the Uzumaki Namikaze siblings, we are also known as Kyoa Academy's Special Investigation and Disciplinary Committee, but you call us SIDC for short. That when Rias noticed Naruto's twice critical, Naruto-kun, you're scared gear. I know, it's changed. Naruto shrugged, but it looks cooler than before, don't you think? I think I can even use Sankan Tetsu, soul-scattering Iron Claw, with this gauntlet. A red dragon. Oh, I get it now. You know about my gauntlet, Rias-chan? Naruto asked, surprised waving his arm with the twice critical up and down. Hi! Fallen Angel Rainella, Rias turned back to Rainella, Uzumaki Namikaze Naruto Sparta's scared gear is not a mere twice critical. What? Known to double its wielder's power every 10 seconds, it allows any to possess it to surpass even a god or Satan in power temporarily if mastered. It is one of the 13 long Inus, the Gauntlet of the Red Dragon Emperor, boosted gear. Naruko was shocked, no way. Unii-chan's sacred gear. Narumi said. Is one of the 13 long Inus. Naruhaya whispered. That's amazing. Naruna squealed, only my Unii-chan can end up with something so awesome. You ladies are making me blush here. While this is a surprise, I wished I've learned about the true extent of my sacred gear capabilities sooner. Things would have been different. Naruto muttered the last part to himself. This can't be true. A guy like him has the ominous sacred gear known to being ruin even to God himself. Rainella thought, her mind slowly starting to fall apart by the information. It may be potent, but it takes time to power up, so it's not almighty. No offense, but this fallen angel mistakes was continuously underestimating you and letting her guard down because of her newly acquired sacred gear. Rias said. None taken, cause we kind of figured that out during the fight. Naruko grumbled flatly, but enough talk. I want this fallen angel out of our life. Isn't there another way? It would be a waste of Issei started, but was hit with the back of Narumi's fist over her shoulder, knocking him out comically. Right. Naruto said, snapping his fingers, turning to Rainella, we'll be taking back Twilight healing now. Never. Rainella retorted, this healing power is for me and me only, not for Azazel, Shemhazai, or Crocodile. Force it is then. It's good to love, but love's is a tainted one. And FYI, I don't know, or care to know, who Azazel, Shemhazai, or Crocodile is, Naruto said, holding up his glowing devil bringer, while filing the mentioned names away for a later date. Before Naruto could do anything, black feathers started fall from the sky, causing Naruto to jump back and grinning. Another one? Rias asked as she and her peerage prepared to fight, but the Uzumaki sisters held their hands up, stopping them. Just enjoy the show. Naruto whispered to them, as the one producing the black feathers glided down from the sky, through the ceiling, and landed on the ground in front of Rainella, making her look up, her eyes widening in shock. Rainare, you're alive, she cried. Rainare was silent, her hair shadowing her eyes as she none too gently pulled the 5 rods out of her older sister, making her hiss in pain. Ah! Thank you, Rainare. I can manage, she said as she wobbly got to her feet, just hold them off while I heal myself. That won't be necessary, Oni-sama. Huh? What are you talking about, Rainare dash? Rainella's question was cut short, as multiple red light spears materialized out of nowhere, and impaled her in all directions of her body. As Rainella threw up blood, Rainare reared her hand back, and plunged it into her sister's chest, causing her to throw up more blood, and shocking Rias and her peerage while Naruto and his sisters grinned some more. R. Rainair, WWHY. I remembered everything, Oni-sama. What areu Rainella stammered, but suddenly became horrified at what she meant, and no. Before this whole mess started, I was an angel, just like you were, and for years, we were living happy lives, serving God. But one day out of the blue, you disappeared, and I was worried sick, and so were our friends and comrades. I didn't know why, but I was determined to find you. But when I came across a little boy who I sensed died, I saw that he was raped before he was killed in his own room, and that's where I found white feathers that came from your wings near his body. I knew how angels become fallen angels, and I didn't want to believe that you did that to the poor boy. But we ran into each other years later, and that's when my worst fears are confirmed, that you killed that boy and became a fallen angel. I asked why, and all you did was laugh, and killed our friends who were with me, right in front of me, covering me with their blood and causing me to hyperventilate and black out. Now Rainare, you don't know what you're saying. You're just upset. Rainella started, holding her hands up weakly, but Rainare struck her with the back of her hand to shut her up. I know exactly what I'm saying, since I remember everything clearly. Even worse, I remember everything that happened afterwards. You used forbidden spells to suppress my memories and implant new ones along with part of your personality, setting me next to another young boy who you raped and killed. I was found with him, and everyone thought I did it, causing me to turn into a fallen angel, and it sickened me that I acted like you. Not only that, you controlled me, making me do your bidding. Everyone thought I was acting on my own when I fought Naruto-sama, but it was you who commanded me to do it. Rainare cried. How did you dash? You? What have you done? Rainella screamed at the Uzumaki Namikaze siblings, I thought you killed her. How does she remember? Death was too good for what she did. As for what we done, we have maids back home who can look into a target's mind during interrogation. During that time they found those memory blocks, as well as those implanted memories, which we got rid of today. Naruto replied. Damn you! Rainella snarled, then threw up a torrent of blood on Rainare's arm. I never wanted to become a fallen angel. I only wanted to live my life the way I choose, but I lost my friends, I was branded a rapist, and I become a fallen angel, all because of you, because you needed a pawn to do your dirty work. Rainare screamed, gripping her fist in Rainella. You ungrateful bitch! Rainare wrenched out her arm, a ball of green light containing rings now in her hands, while Rainella screamed out in pain. But the worst crime of all, was sending me to kill my crush, who I'm now happy to serve until the end of time. Rainare whispered, flicking her sister's blood off her hands and back up, holding Asia's sacred gear close. I no longer have a sister. She died when she disappeared, and this sacred gear doesn't belong to you. It belonged to my surrogate sister, so do us a favor for both our sakes, and die. Ryanella's mind shattered. Her plan has failed, but... Rainare! You turned her against me. You done that yourself. Rias said, glaring at her. You bastards! Rainella screamed, intent on going through her sister to get to the others, but the sound of a gunshot was heard as the concentrated chakra bullet went through her skull, making her explode into nothing but black feathers. Ah, that was a letdown. I was hoping for more than just a few feathers. Naruto said, dismissing Blue Rose, but, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Goodbye, sister. Rainare muttered, her eyes closed as her sister's feathers flew past her. When she opened them, she flapped her wings once, blowing the feathers away as she went up to her new master. Here, Naruto-sama, she said, handing Twilight Healing to him, which he accepted. Excellent job, Rainare. You played your part perfectly. Narumi praised her. I now live but to serve Naruto-sama and his family and friends. Rainare replied, bowing. The rogue fallen angels are defeated, and we got back Twilight Healing, but... Naruna looked over at Asia, we failed to save her. Naruto went over to Asia and dispelled the barrier around her. Picking her up, he placed the Twilight Healing rings on her fingers. I told you, we've going to get her soul back from the afterlife. I'll call Shinai-chan. Naruto started to say before a chess piece suddenly entered his field of vision. It's unheard of, but it's worth trying. There is hope yet, Naruto-kun. Rias said and looked at Asia. That's the bishop chess piece, he said before he and his sisters realized what it means. Rias-chan, you don't tell me. Naruhei muttered before smacking her head, of course. I believe you know that devils hold titles of nobility. The number of pieces they can have is 8 for a pawn, 2 for a knight, rook, and bishop, and 1 for a queen. In total, 15 pieces. I have already used a bishop piece, but I have another one with me. The bishop's power is to support other devils in the household. Her healing abilities should make her a capable bishop. Like I said, it's unheard of, but I'll try reincarnating this sister, as a devil. Rias offered. Really? Narumi and Naruna squealed. Do what you have to, Rias-chan. Naruto said, setting Asia down on the ground as a red Gremory family magic circle appeared under her body. Looks like we owe you yet again. Think nothing of it. I'm only resurrecting her because I wanted her ability to heal even us devils, and for you as well, Naruto-kun. Rias thought the last part to herself, setting the bishop piece on Asia's chest as Naruto placed her hands together. Whatever, just bring her back, please. Naruko whispered, making Rias smile. Consider it done, Naruko-chan. Rias assured her, turning to Asia, spreading her arms out, on my name, Rias Gremory, I hereby order thee, heed me, Asia Argento. Bring your soul back to this world, and become my servant. Thou shalt become my bishop, and rejoice in your newfound life. The magic circle beneath Asia flashed a blinding red as the bishop chess piece sunk into Asia's body, making it glow red, before it disappeared as her hands momentarily glowed green. Asia-chan, please come back. The Uzumaki Namikaze siblings thought as one, their eyes closed with the younger girls clamping their hands together in prayer. After 5 seconds, their eyes snapped open as Asia's body twitched, and her eyes slowly opened. Hi! Asia sat up, and rubbed her eyes. What happened? Looks like it was a success. Rias said as Narumi and Naruna leapt at Asia and hugged her close. Asia-chan, they cried. Narumi-san? Naruna-san, she asked, looking up to see Naruto, Naruko, and Naruhei smiling down at her. You had us going there for a while there. Naruko said, tearing up. Saa, time to go home, Asia-chan. Naruto said, holding his devil bringer hand out Asia, which she accepted. Naruto-san. Thank you, Rias. Naruhei said. It's all right. Just think of it as the Occult Research Club assisting SIDC in closing a case. Rias replied. Fair enough. Naruhei shrugged, as Naruto picked up Asia bridal style, Case, closed. Occult Research Club, the next day. Oh, Naruto-kun, you came. Ohio. Ohio, Rias-chan. How's your newest member faring? Rias set her tea down, fine, although it's taking her a while to adjust, plus we had to keep her away from Issei after she cured him of his wounds caused by the priests last night. Naruto laughed, he has a long way to go. Don't be afraid to report him to me. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks goodness that it only took one pawn piece to revive him. Which mean you have several more pawn pieces, with one reserved for me, right? What do you mean? Don't you want to be a knight if you join my peerage? A pawn can switch between the abilities of a knight, rook, and bishops. Plus, they're underestimated, so I like to say a pawn suits me. However, I still making my decision, so. Naruto trailed off as he rubbed his head. I don't mind. Take all the time you need. Rias said as she stood up and walked over to Naruto, I'll be waiting. Oh yeah. Naruto said as Rias got close, why do you want me in your peerage? Ending theme, study by Stylopes. Rias giggled, because I like you, and not because of your power or your sacred gear. She admitted, leaning forward and hugging him, there are another reasons. The crimson-haired ruin princess and the red dragon emperor. Both are red, so it's a perfect match. Well, I do like red, and Naruto started, when Rias kissed him on the forehead, that, too, though it feels kind of familiar. Thinking about going on a date someday, Rias-chan? Maybe, but you should take her first. I don't want the newcomer to grow jealous. Rias said and looked over Naruto's shoulder. And Naruto-san? Naruto turned around to see a shivering Asia. Oh, Asia-chan. How are you doing? Well, since Rias-san. I mean, Rias-buku is beautiful, so it's no wonder you're attracted to her. Asia stammered before shaking her head, no. I shouldn't be thinking like that, she squeaked, making Naruto sweat drop before putting her hands together, God, please forgive my sinful soul Kia. Asia-chan. Naruto groaned, heading to her side as she sank to her knees, holding her now throbbing head in pain, you're now a devil, so praying to God's gonna give you one hell of a migraine. Right. I'm a devil now. I can't face God anymore, Asia moaned as she recovered, ouch. Do you regret it? Rias asked. Asia shook her head and smiled, no, I'm very grateful for this second chance you gave me. I'm happy to be going to the same school as Naruto-san and his sisters, no matter what I am. I see. Rias nodded, if that's the case, then it's fine. From today onwards, you'll be working as my servant. Yes, I'll do my best. So, those clothes mean? Naruto said, pointing to Asia's new outfit. Do they look good on me? Asia asked, spinning around like a model, showing off her new female Kyoa Academy uniform, albeit with a black sweater vest over her dress shitey in place of the usual cape and corset. They suit you. Naruto praised her, I'm glad you're able transferred to his school. My father is involved with the school's management, so it wasn't a problem. Rias explained, though she'll be in the same year as Narumi-chan and Issei. Oh boy! But it's interesting that her father's part of the school's administration. Naruto thought as the rest of the Occult Research Club and SIDC came through the door and exchanged morning greetings as Akeno came from the other set of doors, with a cake in hand. Ara, you're all here. We'll be having a party to welcome our newest member. It's good to do things like this every once in a while when everyone's here in the morning, isn't it? Of course, you'll be sticking around, right Naruto-kun? She asked with a smile. Naruto looked at his sisters, who nodded and smiled himself. Now how could I turn away from a good party, Naruto nodded, I'm in. It's handmade by Buku. Yay! Issei cheered, holding it up. It's because we had leftover flour. Rias snapped, as Naruto used the force to take the cake away from Issei so it can be cut, while missing Rias's momentary sad expression. As the party got started, they failed to notice a strange and creepy dark red and orange bird with blue eyes spying on them. Unknown location. Uni-sama, I have prepared the tea. Ravel, hi. Are the preparations for the ceremony going well? Ah. Like there'll be any problems. Besides, this was a great final chapter to their fallen angel arc, just kidding. Asterisk evil laughter.